All right, guys, welcome to Restorative Yoga. This is a 30-minute class. Very calm, very relaxed, great for like today. I'm doing it after a workout or on your recovery day or a day when you feel really stressed out and you just need to reconnect mind and body. So here's what you need today. You do need some kind of bolster. Now you can use a blanket or a pillow that's all wrapped up. A blanket that's wrapped up or a pillow to just add some bolster. This is an extra mat that I have lying around, so I'm going to use this mat. And then you also need something that can be used to do a hamstring stretch that we're going to do, some kind of tie or something. A tie is usually a great thing unless you have a yoga strap lying around. Now this is a resistance band, but it is not very stretchy at all. So don't get a traditional like tubing type band or it will be way too stretchy and it won't let you control where you go with the stretch. We're gonna get started. We're gonna sit down on the mat and we're gonna use our bolster right out of the gate. We're gonna sit on it. Let me show you the best way to sit on it. I'm gonna go sideways to show you. When you sit here and you're rocked just slightly forward. So let your pelvis tilt and let your spine stay really tall. If you sit too far back, you get this kind of rounded look, and that is not where we want to be. We're using this to help our spine stay in line. So sit slightly forward and up. Beautiful. Allow yourself just to breathe. I'm going to turn around so that I can come with you in this exercise. We start our restorative class with some pranayama. Fancy word for breathing practice. Prana actually means the force of life in the body. So we're going to use our right hand to do alternate nostril breathing tonight. And this is one of those times when if it looks like I'm using my left hand, go ahead and just use your right hand. So it doesn't really matter what hand I have up, we're all going to use our right hand. Let me show you your hand positions because we use this hand to just alternately close nostrils. Exactly what it sounds like, alternate nostril breathing. You can either put your two fingers on your forehead and close here. You can tuck your two fingers. That's usually what I do. Or you can just use your thumb and your forefinger here and just pinch back and forth. It doesn't really matter. All right, it doesn't matter. It's all about trying it. So for alternate nostril or anuloma viloma, we're going to start by just closing our right nostril and breathing in and out through our left. So if you want to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. Just breathe in and out through the left nostril. Now the first time you do this, it might be a little overwhelming. You might start thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not getting enough oxygen or this feels very constricted. Here's the trick. If it starts to feel overwhelming, don't release the thumb and just go back to how you normally breathe. Keep the thumb in the right nostril, but open your mouth and help yourself out a little bit. And then as it gets more comfortable, you can close your mouth because really you'll still be breathing through that nostril, just won't be quite as intense. So the breath through the nostril helps in how our brain is two-sided. It stimulates that other side of our brain. So we're going back and forth and waking up our mind while we're also learning breath control. Now let's switch sides when you're ready. And if you're with me, we're using our ring finger to close our left nostril. Breathing in and out through our right. Same thing applies. If you need to, breathe through the mouth. It's just breath practice. There's some benefits, but a big benefit of breathing through your nose is, we have all those little hairs in our nasal cavity, and it helps filter the air that's coming in. So if you can, breathe through your nose, but you definitely don't have to. Now let's put together a little pattern here. Let's inhale through our right nostril. Close it with our thumb. Exhale through our left nostril. Inhale through our left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. So each nostril gets a full exhale. Inhale, then you switch. Finishing with about 1 or 2 more rounds, and release your hand. Just breathing, if you can, through your nose, big deep breaths. Filling your lungs. When you're ready, dropping your chin to your chest. Inhale, rolling up to one side. Exhale. Inhale, rolling up to the other side. And exhale. Let's let the head rest to one side. Reaching the arm away and holding on either to our bolster or down onto the floor, or if you're in a chair even, you can hold underneath the chair. You're just anchoring this hand somewhere on the ground. In fact, you can even hold underneath your leg if you'd like. The head's over to the side, the arms going the other direction. Feel the stretch travel all the way down your arm, out through your fingertips. When you're ready, let's take the gaze and we're just going to turn it down toward the mat. So we're just rotating that head down. You can feel the stretch kind of change a little bit. There's 3 heads on this muscle that we're stretching. So we're doing a 3-way stretch, kind of the theme for tonight, on this muscle to get a full release. Now come back to center of the head, and then just keep the rotation going, looking up, lifting the chin to the sky. So now we're feeling the stretch a little bit here. This is called the sternocleidomastoid muscle, or SCM. And usually it gets tight when we perceive ourselves to be under chronic stress. So this is a really good stretch to have in your back pocket. Come back to center, drop chin to chest, and switch sides. Good, so now we're back to the side, reaching the opposite arm down, feeling the stretch. It might feel different, same, more intense, less intense. Breathing into this stretch, allow yourself to sit into it, relax into it. When you're ready, slowly rotating that head to look down at the mat. Pressing through the center. Look up at the sky, lifting the chin. And back to center, bring your head up. Ooh, I don't know about you, but that was a really big release. Feels nice. When you're ready, let's move on to all fours. You can move your bolster to the side for now. You don't need it right this second. Hands either flat on the mat or fist for wrist. If your wrists ever bother you, this is a really great alternative. The thumb holds face forward, and you make sure you have a nice solid fist, not kind of that, zooms and flattens out. Solid fist. When you're ready, inhale, belly drops through to cow, gazes forward. Exhale, tuck to cat. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, sitting back to child's pose, arms reach out, head relaxes either to the mat, or you can kind of tuck here. You can even add a bolster in and let yourself release. So relaxing into child's pose for a moment. When you're ready, you can move the bolster to the side. We're going to take our arms over to the right. So one hand over, opposite arm on top of it. So hand to hand, and then shift your hips to the left. So you're getting this big, deep stretch down the side of your body. Good. And when you're ready, let's go to the other side. Hands to the left, hand over hand, hips shift to the right. Come back into center, sitting it up. Good. Let's go on to our back. Keep your bolster and your strap close. We're going to start laying on our back. You're going to support yourself down. Feet about as wide as the mat. Arms out to a T. I'm going to take my hair down so I'm not laying on a clip. And you're just going to sway your legs side to side. So see how you get that little internal and external rotation at the hip here? Just let your legs sway side to side. And then pick a side, let them go there and stay there for a second. So what's going to happen at first is your body's going to kind of say, whoa, 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 hold on, it's a lot. You just breathe and slowly it'll start releasing into it. There's a very special deep muscle right here that connects hip and rib cage called the psoas. And this is a beautiful stretch for that muscle. It's one that gets tight from our daily posture, rounding the spine forward. And back to center. Releasing the legs the other side. And coming back to center. So let's go and grab the strap that you have. I want you to just pick a leg, doesn't matter which leg. Actually, let's all do the right leg together, just so that I can use right and left to help guide you. So it does matter now. Let's pick the right leg. Just using two hands, I want you to just relax into the stretch. We're not pulling, we're not yanking, we're just relaxing into the stretch. So this is a very gentle stretch. To increase our range of motion or flexibility, to enhance that area of fitness, you only have to go 10% past your normal range of motion. So this doesn't need to be huge because we're going to stay here for a moment. This whole three-way stretch is pretty gentle. We're relying on the force of gravity and a little bit of pull from our hands. Now with your next breath, can you relax your foot a little bit more? Notice how I was here with my foot. I'm relaxing it, and you're going to start to feel that stretch deepen. Now not only is it relaxed, but you're actually pulling those toes down toward your face. And now you can add in a little pull with the hands. Just deepen the stretch slightly. Let's take both ends of the strap into our right hand, left hand out to a T. And we're just going to let that right leg open as much as it can, but keep this hip down on the ground. So let gravity be used, open as much as you can, but if you feel this hip lifting up, come back in and straighten it out a little bit. Zip the belly, anchor the hips, and let it open up as much as you can. And you'll notice if you let gravity take hold, it can also take hold of this hip. And you can work and anchor the hip, but allow the leg to be free. So you find that work in the core versus in the leg that's opening up. Bending the knee a little bit just to keep your leg strong. Coming up to center. Switch it out to the left hand. Now the left leg straightens out. This knee will probably stay a little bent. I want you to cross this leg over. Now let your hip rise up. Come all the way over. And then you can even pull the leg up just a little bit toward your face. I'm gonna reach this opposite arm away. So I open the chest a little bit here. Remember I told you there's kind of a theme of a three-way stretch. This is it. 1, 2, and 3. And for me, this gets a really nice stretch down the side of my leg, especially if I pull the foot up just a little bit. Woo. Good, bending the knee, coming back to center, and release. I'm gonna actually switch sides only so that I'm not kicking all this stuff over to my side. So if you also have one side that is like has equipment by you, just switch sides, so switch ends of the mat. So you have a little more freedom. This time it's our left leg in and our right leg can stay bent. With that strapper on the ball of the foot, extend the leg up. And start to relax into the stretch. Good, now bring both sides into the left hand. Allow the leg to open to the side, anchoring with the bottom hip. Arm opens out. And again, it can go as far as it wants to go. This side has, I can already feel in my body that this side's a little bit more flexible. It's okay to be different side to side. It's just a matter of staying within those same guidelines, which is keeping the hip anchored on the ground and the leg opened out to the side. When you're ready, bring the leg to center. Switching it off to the right hand and extending that right leg. That's important so you can get this rotation all the way over, nice and slow. And then if you want, again, you can pull the leg up just a little bit. Reaching, you can even look away from it. It's whatever works for you. It's really, this one, when you cross it over, we're not looking at as many rolls here. There's a lot of tension involved in the stretch. So we don't stay here super long in restorative. When you're ready, bending your knee and coming to center. Release the strap. Grab the bolster. We're going to start with it right underneath our shoulders. This is just a spinal release. Underneath the shoulders, let the body sink back. If you want, you can reach the arms back or out to the side. I like to reach mine overhead. Some people like to even take theirs underneath their head. That's fine too. I like to reach here. And if this bolster is too high up or if the stretch is too intense, just move the bolster out of the way, lay on the mat and wait for us to move to the next position because this is just a final release for the spine. We're going all the way down the spine, nice and slow. Now all the stretches that you get here in restorative, These are great stretches to hold on to and remember and kind of use in your own life, in your own practice, however you find most practical. And this is called supported fish, just by the way. Now our next stretch, if you come up, press into that bolster, crawl yourself back just a little bit until it's right in the middle of the spine. And then let yourself, oh, mine's a little crooked. Then let yourself relax over it. Again, arms can go up, they can go out to a T, whatever works for you. But this is a supported wheel. So it's right in the middle of the spine. Now the beautiful thing about using a mat or a blanket is that you can unroll it and make it flatter so that it's not as intense of a stretch. So, play around with it. Maybe the first time through you have either too little or too much of an arch, and then next time you do it a little bit differently. But you keep making edits until it's something that your body can really hang on to. And we have one more spinal release before we go into our final relaxation. We're going to take this down behind our hips and then let our legs extend as far as it's comfortable. This one's a great release, again, for that psoas that we talked about, but also for the hip flexors. So let yourself relax with the hips as the highest point. When you're ready, the final place for this bolster is right underneath the knees. So I like to kind of roll it out to that place so that the rest of your body can totally relax. You're just gonna point your feet, tighten all the muscles in your legs, tighten, 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 maybe even push in, lift your bottom off, and then relax. Completely relax. Do the same thing with the upper body. Tighten the hands, pull the shoulders up into our ears, tighten, 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 and relax. Allow your eyes to close. Allow your eyes to sink back into their sockets. Breathing. Taking advantage of these last few moments together as we sink deeper and deeper into our mat. Inhaling and exhaling. And feeling just all the good that has come out of this practice. Staying there with your eyes closed, breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And you can stay here for as long as you want. You don't have to come out of this right away. You can just lay here and feel all the good, the restorative feelings that your body gets from a practice like this. So Enjoy. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you absolutely feel restored.